Hello, welcome to Genimet Generator Services. So today's short video is on standby generator weekly checks, and we're just going to quickly run through all the things that you could do with just checking on a weekly basis. Okay, I'll now keep it nice and simple. So whatever control panel you've got, old, new, they're all pretty much, they'll have an annunciator on to tell you if there's any faults or alarms. Okay, this one there's nothing flashing and it's all good status. Okay, quickly look at the battery voltage, 27.6 on this one, so we know that the battery charger is working. These do actually have a low voltage alarm. So obviously to do any checks we need to push stop, make sure that it won't start up on us, and let's go and carry out our checks. So we'll just keep this one brief. Okay, the basics. First thing I like to say is give it a visual inspection. If it's all nice and clean, service providers such as myself like to keep everything clean so it's easy for you guys to see if you've got any problems, and also identify where it might be coming from and what indeed it might be. So we'll check under the engine first. It's all nice and clean and dry. So here we have the oil filter. We'll have a quick check under there, give it a wipe. There's nothing under there. Okay, we want to dip the oil. Now ideally you take the dipstick out, give it a wipe on a bit of rag, put it back in. Okay, now it may well be up at the high level, as obviously if it's not been running. Now this is that clean you can't see it, you have to take my word on it. This is up there. You want to be looking for somewhere between min and max on the marks on the dipstick. Obviously it doesn't want to be overfilled or underfilled. So if you've no leaks and it's not really been running, as long as there's oil in there, we're all good. Okay, the next feature here, there'll be all variants on all machines. They'll be different, but on standby sets generally they'll have a coolant heater. Okay, this keeps the engine block at a constant temperature. It just helps cold starting, helps reduce emissions on cold startup, and obviously it just makes load acceptance a lot better on a warm engine. So we'll just check that that's nice and warm, but don't just check the hoses, check the engine in various places, the cylinder head, the engine block, just to make sure that that's all circulating as it should. Okay, we're happy there. So check all the guards are secure and there's nothing hanging off. Okay, this is the air filter housing. We'll go around the other side, check that's all secure, but we're happy there. Okay, basic features now, just anti-vibration mounts, everything's secure. I mean, we're not going to go mental. Okay, everything's on and it all looks okay. That's all you're really interested in. Okay, we'll go to the belts now. They're on, they're secure, you can't really get to them. I won't bust a gut. End of the day, your service provider will be checking condition and obviously tension. So as long as they're on and there's nothing hanging off, okay, we're happy there. Check all your main sort of coolant hoses, just make sure everything's secure, give them a bit of a wiggle, there's no leaks. Okay, on this you can actually visibly see the coolant level, so it's all nice and clean, it's actually full, it's red in colour, so we're happy there. So the exhaust, there'll be all kinds of variations of exhaust. This is a canopied set, so everything's nicely contained and secure. It might be an open set in a plant room, in which case pay attention to anything that might be overhanging, just make sure nothing's loose or looks like it's going to fall off. Okay, and basically that's it, we're happy there. Everything's all nice and secure and clean. Want to be checking the fuel level, you can see that there, just over 3/4, nearly full. So we're happy there. On a set like this, it's known as a day tank. You get anywhere between 8 and 12, maybe even 14 hours depending on the load out of that. So the customer will be happy with what's in there. I'll just quickly take it around the other side. Okay, and same again on this side, we've got the fuel filters. So I'll just give a quick look under there. We're just having a look round. The hoses are all secure, there's no perishing, no cracking going on. Check the battery leads are all nice and secure. Okay, we know the battery voltage is okay, and the actual condition will get checked on service. So again, we just check all the battery leads on the starter, is it all nice and tight, and then we go to the air filter, check everything's all clipped up as it should be, and then just check the side of the alternator, everything's secure, there's no wiring hanging out, and we're happy. Okay, now the next thing to do is obviously just give it a 5-minute test run offload, start stop, make sure there's no alarms, and obviously the most important thing after that is pop it back in auto. Let's run through my basic check sheet for you. Okay, so we pop a date on, we've had a visual inspection, we check the oil, we check the coolant, check the engine heater. We're going to start it for 5 minutes maximum. I mean, it's just a case, does it start? Yep. Stop the engine, any more alarms, have another quick visual look round, make sure there's no leaks. When we're happy, make sure you pop it back in auto, make sure the MCCB's on, and just record the hours. Now, if anyone wants a copy of this, just get in touch and I'll email it to you. Okay, some providers will provide pages and pages worth of checks, but honestly, as long as you're doing that once a week, you won't go far wrong. Thanks for watching.